Now, I have decided live on my Facebook page, Kai Clifford Energy Alchemy, and here on my YouTube, just about every day. And I'm doing like a year-long challenge. So this is to help all of us to rise in our consciousnesses, which is going to involve manifestation. It's going to involve getting your desires. It's going to involve growing spiritually, maturing so that you can handle frustration and the problems that come with life, so you become solid and strong. It's going to involve emotional fitness so that you stop being swayed by the deeds of other people and you learn how to be strong within yourself so nothing can shake you. It's going to teach you 100% responsibility. Now, I've just done part 1 over on my Facebook profile. You can watch these in any order, by the way, so just go watch that after this. If you resonate with this, if you like my vibe, I can tell you I have a way of waking the truth up in people. Now, the truth is love. Love is the way, and love is an intelligence. Now, today's topic is all about how your desires, yes, it's all about how your problems are the price for your desires. Your problems are the price for your desires. Now, what does this mean? It means that we often think that, oh, well, I'm going to manifest this and that, and it's all going to just happen. And if anything seems to fall apart, if something crumbles in my life, then it means it's going wrong. No, my gorgeous, it's the exact opposite. If your hands are holding on to a whole heap of stuff, like the stuff in your life right now, okay? And you're asking for these new things, more clients, a new partner, a better body, whatever it is, but yet you're holding on to habits and beliefs and people that just don't serve you, that do not match the life that you want. Well, guess what? You do not have room in your hands to hold on for what you want. You have to be willing to let it go. Open your hands so that the universe, God, infinite spirit, the divine, can give you what it is that you want. But more so, it's not just about like get what you want. It's about what you need. It's about what is good for the collective. And we often don't like to hear this. I know, I mean, for me, I'm a very selfish person in some ways, and there is a good type of selfish, but it certainly borderlines into the negative type of selfish too at times. I just want what I want when I want it, and I don't want to budge, and I'm stubborn. But guess what? The universe doesn't work like that. It doesn't always just give you what you want when you want it. Now, if you have a good prayer life, if you have a good spiritual life, if you lean into the nature of love, then things will go right for you a lot more of the time. And even when things seem to go wrong, the problems, you will actually find that there's a blessing within it that teaches you how to make things go right. And often things that do go wrong that you wouldn't want to repeat and shouldn't repeat, at the time when they go wrong, it's actually a blessing in your life if you look back in hindsight that maybe it took someone out of your life where even though you wouldn't want to do the same things or make the same mistakes or act the same way, the fact that at your level of consciousness and reality where you're at, God, divine, the universe was able to use it for your benefit by removing certain people and situations out of your life. So this is why the problems are your price for your desires, but they're also a blessing. So if you're here live, say hi. Welcome, welcome, welcome. It's okay if you can't follow what I'm saying. Just let it sort of soak in and through you. It'll wash over you and it'll plant some really amazing seeds. So, generally my work is for those of you you've already done your inner work. You already understand how reality is a mirror to our desires. And yeah, even though this guy here says I'm just rambling, of course I'm just rambling. I'm literally here teaching spiritual truths, and some people, they just don't get it, and that's okay. Like, we all have our own beliefs, we all have our own level of consciousness, and if you're getting something from this, then please stay and listen, and if you're not, feel free to go on your way. Who cares? So for those who do get it, for those who are on a spiritual journey, and for those of you who are change makers, matrix breakers, you're literally here to make the world a better place while making your own life amazing as well, then we've got to know that we have to go inward and face our fears, face our stuff. So when it comes to getting our desires, to living the life that we want, we are at the point and we are the center of the universe of our own lives. Okay, now this isn't like some self-involved egocentric thing. It simply means that we are 100% responsibility for the way that we show up. We are co-creators in everything that happens to us. So awesome, that's great. Yeah, fantastic. So I love that you're on a spiritual journey. Now, for those of you who have been trying to manifest and you feel like it's just not going exactly how you want it to go, well, that's life. That's how it works. And what happens is when we ask for something, like for instance, if you ask for peace, I want peace, please give me peace. I just want peace in my life. I want to feel good in my life. Well, you're not just going to be zapped with peace. You're going to be given challenges that make you frustrated so you can learn how to build your personality into somebody who has peace. We have to go through the fire. We don't just get zapped and change as a person. So it's so, now why does that matter? How many people are watching this right now? I think you are my only one at the moment, my friend. So for those of you here live and for those of you on the replay, ask yourselves, what is it that you're wanting in your life? And then look at the problems that come up on the way. You are going to have problems come up. It's not just going to happen easy. And this doesn't mean that something's necessarily going wrong. It just means that you have to look at the part of your personality that isn't able to hold what you want. The part of your personality that feels like in some ways either like entitled or insecure, unable to hold what you want. Because we have to face it, like the amount of things that I've been through in my life, through the PTSD that I've healed, the social anxiety that I healed, like there was a point in my life when I could never have been on video like this. I could never have handled someone sort of, because there's an old video of me pulling my tooth out. Okay, yeah, I remember. That was so many years ago. It was hilarious. And the funny thing about that is I was so scared of going to the dentist. I was literally terrified of going to the dentist. And then I thought the next best thing was to try to pull it out myself. And it's like, wait there. How does that even compute? But it seemed to make sense to me at the time. I had this massive bodily fear of going to the dentist. But anyway, okay, so what's the next thing? So what was I saying? Yeah, so it's about being able to find these parts of ourselves that think that what we want is too hard or feel insecure about it. Think that getting what we want will somehow prove to ourselves or the world that we're good enough. And it never does. It's a hamster wheel. It doesn't. Yeah, it sort of worked. It left the root in there. He says, hey, it worked. It did actually work. I'm glad. A lot of people thought it was fake, but I didn't think to actually show it. But yeah, it did work a little bit. It left some of the root in there, but you know, it worked for the most part. Yeah, so when it comes to our desires, and you're going to be faced with roadblocks, this is the most important thing to understand. But then what happens, and I know this well, is we often crumble. We like think, oh, that's it. Like life's not fair or it's too hard. But what it is it's just part of your personality. And for all of us, this is what we all have very immature parts to ourselves that we're entitled and we just want it now and we can't handle frustration and we want to rule over everyone and have them do what we want no matter what. Well, these are the parts of ourselves that we have to get good at facing. And by facing, I mean understanding them, being honest about them, and then learning how to change our minds about them. Yeah? So this is my new spiritual class series. I'm going to be going live every single day, just about every day. I'm sure I'll take a break here and there, but just about every day for the next year here and on my Facebook page. Now, if you want to follow both sets, I think the link is here in the description. Also, you can get my free Healers ebook right now, which is going to teach you the missing link to forgiveness. Now, forgiveness is, yes, a manifestation method. It's also the way to peace. It's the way to the heavenly state, which, let's be real, heaven and hell are just states of mind where you are, because you can be in hell literally right now, today, if you feel that everyone's against you and then you go out into the world with some sort of attitude and everyone will be against you, and then you'll think that it's just the world. Or you can learn how to actually forgive, which doesn't just mean saying I forgive. You can learn how to actually forgive in an alchemical process in your body, which I teach in my free ebook, the Healers ebook. And then people will just treat you differently. Can you do it while wearing a bikini? Maybe one day. So here's what I want you to know before we finish up here. The spiritual path is the success path. It is the success path. It's not separate. They're not two different things. Oh, I either focus on spirituality or I focus on success. No. They are the absolute same thing, because if you don't have, now spirituality is actually seeking for the divine, is knowing that there's a higher power above you. It's not like crystals and meditating and things like that, although meditation could be a part of it, but it's literally seeking for a higher power. So you're not just talking to yourself. You're not just doing it from your own power. You understand there's a higher power guiding you. Now, whether you're at a stage where you're thinking of it as the universe and law of attraction, or you're thinking of it as God and infinite spirit, or Jesus and the Holy Spirit, it literally doesn't matter. Like, don't get caught up on it. What matters is that you have faith that something bigger than you and something loving has your back. And we have to seek it. We have to seek to believe. We have to admit to it, to ourselves, to the divine, God, infinite spirit, whichever words you like, that you have parts that don't believe, that you have parts that don't have faith, and then ask to have more faith. You ask, you seek, you talk to it all day long. The Bible says to pray unceasingly. And what does unceasingly mean? Constantly. So, hi Zara, welcome. You're watching my EFT videos and lives. It's really helpful and I'm grateful. Oh, that means the world to me. I'm so glad that you're here. I can tell you, like, it does mean a lot to have people here watching me live, although I'm happy just to do this for as long as I need to, people watching the replays. Actually, I don't know if you heard already, but I'm going to start going live every day, here and on my Facebook page. I just did a part 1 on my Facebook page. Now you can watch part 1 and 2, either order, but I talk about some of the same and different things in them. So if you want to head over to my Facebook page after this, the link is in this description, or just type in Kai Clifford Energy to your favorites and things like that. But yeah, just about every day I'm going to start going live here and live over there, because I'm ready to really show up and just like share what I know, right? Because I know how to heal people. I know how to help people go from feeling stuck in their lives with an abandonment wound, or with insecurities, or needing to prove themselves, or pride and things like that, to just developing themselves. Because I did it. Like, I used to be a mess. I used to have PTSD. I used to be triggered and offended constantly. I know, as I said at the start of this, I never could have been on video like this, like years ago, like 10 years ago. I would have frozen. And even 5 years ago, I would have felt completely humiliated and embarrassed, even though I was still turning up doing video pretty regularly. I'd still disappear sometimes for weeks and months, but then I'd come back. But I was constantly feeling humiliated. And now I don't. It's like I let go of the insecurity wound. I let go of the abandonment wound. And this took years of work. It didn't just like zap me with energy. It didn't just do some affirmations. It meant I had to keep facing the fears and loving the parts of me that were hurt. I kept facing the limiting beliefs and changing them. I kept messing it up and failing and feeling bad about it and having to forgive myself and heal it and step back up. This is the spiritual path. This is what we do to ascend. So, if you're not already on my email list, please join. Get my free healers ebook at spiritualsuccessjourney.com/healers ebook. It's in the description here. You can also DM me for the link. I'm glad that you're doing my free EFT videos. I've got loads for anyone else here. I've got loads and loads of free style. I combine it with breathwork tapping, and even though it does take some gumption and that's only because you're facing uncomfortable emotions and our attention spans are so short. But if you just tap on really your energy really in your body, or sit there and drive your energy into your body and just maybe scream into a pillow, or whatever it is that you need to do to stay focused and feel those feelings. Your job isn't to change your feelings. Your job is to feel them, and the method will change your feelings. Let's take a breath on that. From 14 years of doing this, from thousands of people doing my work over and over and over again, messaging me, telling me that because they had the gumption and the grit to go through my sessions, that their families healed, that their relationship with the husband healed, they healed their feeling of being unwanted, they healed their insecurities, they healed chronic illnesses. This is what happens But you have to be willing to show up for the work consistently. Don't just do a session here, a session there. You can, but then come back and then binge tap like we watch Netflix. This is the magic of the work. So gorgeous, thank you so much for being here with me today, live and on replay. I honor your time and your energy. It means so much to me. Just know that the problems are the price of your desires. Okay, you're not just gonna magically just get what you want. It will happen in a magic way sometimes, but you have to build yourself up into the person who can handle rejection. Rejection is redirection. If someone doesn't understand you, well, that's on them. Okay, now obviously 100% response lives as well, but at the same time, you have to be able to think from the paradox where it is on you, it's your 100% responsibility that you created that connection, while also knowing that it's on them because they've got their own reality, their own level of understanding, their own ability to either understand you or not, to like you or not. And so that's on them. And then once you can detach from needing their approval, and you literally feel nothing if someone trolls, no longer like a it's just like it is what it is. I don't like you. Well, that's the price of socializing. But we don't want everyone to like us. In fact, we want people to either love us or hate us. I want people to show up to this YouTube, to this live stream, and either think, who's this dumb bitch, and turn me off. Sure, they can troll me if they want, that's on them. Or think, wow, who's this great lady, like what, she's got something that I want, she's got something that she could teach me, I vibe with her. You're just like, like she's okay. Like, if I'm going to say things that you don't agree with, and either you're going to hate that, or maybe you won't like it, but you still might love me, it doesn't matter. Okay, so build yourself. Breathe when you feel the trigger. Breathe when you feel offended. Breathe when it's working out for you, but you've got to tell yourself every day, I'm here. So if you want any help, if you want one-to-one work, please reach out. We can come, like, I'm sure there'll be something that I have to offer that will be great for you. And yeah, get my Healers ebook, do my tapping, and make sure you're following me. So thank you so much for being here today, guys. I appreciate your presence. I appreciate your energy and your comments. And I will be back tomorrow. So make sure you're following me. Turn those notifications on if you so like to do that thing. Okay, gorgeouses. I will see you soon. Bye.